Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be showing you one of the many side easter eggs in Forsaken, the arcade machines. There are 3 main arcade machines and 2 secret machines. All except one are located in the main arcade room, which is on the ground floor of the building you arrive on when you first teleport to this area. I will go over the 3 main machines first, going from worst to best. Then I will show you how to access the 2 secret machines in no particular order. You can play any of these games as many times as you want, as long as you have a token. Though I have had the issue where the machines wouldn't accept my token, but they did once 1 or 2 rounds had passed. You can also gain 100 points for going prone in front of any of the main machines, just like with perk machines. I would save this until you have double points active, unless you really need the points. First things first, in order to play any of the 3 main arcade machines, you will need an arcade token. It's an item that can be dropped by zombies and is pretty easy to spot. It will be glowing blue and its text pop-up will have a golden border. You can also buy a token for 10,000 points in the arcade room, and you can get 1 free token by knifing the token dispenser once per game. The first machine is Enduro and is by far the worst one. There are a lot of points to get here, which would be fine if the RCXD controls weren't so horrible. I generally avoid this one altogether just because the game is asking you to be very precise with something that just does not have good controls. If you do decide to try your hand at this, take your time and be aware that if you stand on the platforms that move from side to side, you will not move alongside the platforms because that's how Treyarch decided to program it for some reason, and this will make it very easy for you to fall. The next machine is Nacht der Untoten. This is my favorite purely from aesthetics. Treyarch has remade the map very faithfully and even got down the creepy atmosphere with the fog rolling around. It is extremely well done and I respect Treyarch for putting in the effort to create this. You will need to survive 3 waves of zombies and each wave will reward you with a chest, each consecutive wave giving a bigger reward. You start out with only a 1911 and you will need to be very conservative with your ammo. If you miss too many shots, you will fail this challenge as you are on a timer and the knife is not very powerful. There is no way to get more ammo, but the chest of the second wave does contain a DMR 14, which should be enough. Aim for the head and take your time. Like I said, every single shot counts. Every zombie will only take 1 headshot from either the pistol or the DMR for all 3 waves. The first chest rewards you with some uncommon salvage, the second chest rewards you with rare salvage and the DMR, and the last chest will reward you with rare salvage, 2 point drops, and a full power-up to replenish your field upgrade. The thing I dislike the most about this isn't related to the actual machine itself, but the fact of how it was implemented. Why is it only 2.5 minutes long? Why only the starting room? Why haven't we gotten a standalone Nacht map yet, even though the assets have been there since launch? This is a huge missed opportunity in my eyes, as we've been asking for a standalone Nacht map ever since Die Maschine released, and this is probably the closest we'll get, even though I still prefer this over Enduro. The last machine is Theeisendrache. This machine is the complete opposite of the Nacht machine, whereas there the rewards and gameplay were kinda lacking, which was made up for by the atmosphere. Here the rewards are excellent, the gameplay is engaging, but the atmosphere is absolutely terrible. There's absolutely nothing here that connects this machine to Theeisendrache, and no, the dragons don't count because those are already an outbreak, and there's no reference to Theeisendrache there either, and no real reason for them existing there in the first place. The rooftop looks super boring and honestly feels like Treyarch spent all their time on the Nacht machine and spent no effort on this one. However, the rewards more than make up for that. This machine works just like the dragons you find in Outbreak. You will stand in a ring of fire and you will need to kill zombies to feed to the dragon. You will know that you can kill the zombies if they are glowing purple, and they will then get sucked up to the dragon to feed it. You can get perks, weapons, armor, and even the ray gun or chrysalis from the rewards alongside the trials machine. This is what I used to farm for the wonder weapon while trying to collect the parts to build it. If I happen to get it before collecting all the parts, then I don't need to assemble it anymore, and that's some time saved. Let's move on to the first secret arcade machine, which is the Premachine in front of Theeisendrache. For this you will need a weapon with dead wire equipped. Simply stun a zombie in front of the machine and it will turn it on. You can now pay 2000 points to spawn in an RCXD. This is a step for the main Easter egg, but it's also just good for normal games if you ever want to try out the car without having to pay 100 where salvage. The price also stays at 2000 if I remember correctly, no matter how often you use it, but I could be wrong about that. The last machine is actually not in the arcade room but the first floor of the bar that has Deadshot. For this you will need to have a PhD slider, which you can find in front of the button you press to open up Pack-a-Punch. Once you have PhD you will need to slide into a zombie while relatively close to the machine, whose screen will be glowing green while standing in the corner. I'm not exactly sure how close you need to be. It took a couple of tries for it to finally work for me. You will know that you've done it correctly if you see a zombie soul fly into the machine. You then need to interact with it once to turn it on, and then again to play the game. You will need an arcade token for this. This is probably the most fun game, where you race around a small track as an RCXD and you have to do 3 laps. The goal is to do this as fast as possible and your reward will be points depending on how fast you were. I believe it's 5000 points on legendary and you lose 1000 points with every downgrade, 4000 for epic, 3000 for rare, etc. There are a few shortcuts you can take to cut down the time, and be very careful about the stairs. Sometimes the car will do weird things with them. I'm not sure if you can do this multiple times in a single game, but I was not able to play it again regardless of how many zombies I slid into once I completed it. That's the end of this video. Leave a like if you found this video helpful and subscribe for more COD Zombies content, including Easter egg guides for all the maps. Let me know which of these machines is your most and least favorite in the comments below. Have a good one and I'll see y'all next time.